Welcome on then to Infinity GT Manufacturer Series Season 5. This is League 1, Race 1 then. 50 minutes at Barcelona. We're waiting for the lights to go out. We're underway. Spadders and Deno getting us away. Deno got a great start. The Mercedes does start well. You'll remember from my videos last season, the Mercedes always gets away well. So does the Citroen though. B-rated, already up alongside Spadders, trying to get that move. Spadders might try and hold this around the outside. He tries in vain. Is he able to hold it? Not quite. Looks like the Citroen does have the edge there, a little bit further back. We've got Pants in P4. Just getting passed there by Fabuki in the McLaren. Spadders now down to 4th. Pilo in the other BMW. Up to 5th also, getting his way past Pants, and he got Valtteri, my teammate, 6th. Pants now down to 7th, KB in 8th, myself in 9th, Rick in 10th, with Total Rose in 11th, Fat Pickles 12th, and James Harben in the Viper bringing up the rear. Left Deno already making a bit of a breakaway then. An absolute stream of cars coming through the middle. KB gives Valtteri a little bit of a tap. That does send Valtteri off. Let's just give this an analysation, because I get a decent view of this. Let's just jump on board with Rick. So yeah, it's just shuffleboard dynamics, I'm afraid, and that sends the Porsche off into the gravel. Unfortunately for Valtteri, that's a big recovery job now, as the Dodge of James Harben tries to shuffle his way past Total Rose. What else have we got going on? It's me v KB at the minute. Me v Mercedes. Now the Mercedes is on the medium tyre. I started on the soft. In hindsight, should not have started on the soft, but I did start on the soft. These are all things you learn in the process, I guess. Another driver that started on the soft is Fabuki, with most of the field opting to take the medium tyre to start with. And I'll jump into why that's important a little bit later on. We've also got Pilo on the soft. Obviously we've covered myself on the soft, and so is Valtteri. So out of 13 cars, only 4 of us on the soft tyre. So most drivers will be taking the mediums. The theory there, as we see Fabuki defending their way to B-rated, and Pants starting a bit of a resurgence now. Despite being on the medium tyre, he's got a lot of pace in that car, so the BMW seems to work really well on it. He seems trying to fight his way past the Citroen. Yeah, with the medium tyre, one thing I hadn't tested coming into the race, just purely because I've not had the time to. I watch Pants try and make his way past the Citroen. We'll jump on board with B-rated actually and watch the BMWs. It's how long the pit stop took and what the strategy was. I did no testing on strategy. I did a few laps and that was it. Had I tested that, I may have figured out that it was probably faster to do a 1-stop rather than a 2-stop race, because the pit lane here at Catalunya is so goddamn long. So a lot of the guys knew that, either knew that through experience or knew that through testing, but either way they had that idea going into the race that the pit stops cost you about 42 seconds, I think it was, which is a vast yawning chasm of time then, and I'm going to be making 2 of them, so I've got to make that time back on track, and it's just not possible. Not possible really. Not when I was already nowhere near the fastest in the room anyway. So we're going towards the end of the second lap. Let's have a little bit of a review as to where we are. So LS Deno in the Mercedes leading the way, just ahead of Spadders, who's 4 back now. He's up into 2nd. Fabuki is on the soft tyre, so I expect him to be charging through. Then it is B-rated, but Ickle Pants on the inside. Ickle Pants might be looking for a late brake move here. The BMW nice and confident on the brakes. Ickle Pants indeed gets that move made, then down into T1. B-rated might try and fight him back. Then you've got KB in the Mercedes. That's not a sentence you're going to hear very often. KB famously dislikes the Mercedes. And then you got myself in 7th now. Terrible place for me because I'm on the soft tyre. In theory, I'll be quicker than all the cars ahead of me at the minute, other than Fabuki. It's just hard to pass. KB's making it obviously difficult to get past him. So getting a move made on the Mercedes isn't going to be easy. And now we've got Rick in P8 in the Honda, Pilo in the other BMW in 9th, with Fat Pickles Bro in 10th, Total Rose 11th, James Harben 12th, and Valtteri starting the comeback then in 13th place. Fabuki has got his way past Spadders. We've got myself trying to battle my way past KB, trying to break down the outside, but KB just nice and tidy then. A little bit of a nudge at the apex, that was fine. I was kind of expecting it. That was just more my fault for going for a stupid move than anything else. But either way, we carry on battling away. So it's very close. With the way the race format sits, so we've got 50 minutes of this, about 25-26 laps. Most drivers will be trying to do a half distance at least on the medium tyre. So with them doing the mediums to start with, as we see Fabuki then get his way up into the lead of the race. So yeah, that's Fabuki then up to the lead, but he's now got to try and pull a gap to Deno and Spadders and everybody else. Right, so this is my opportunity to get past KB. I'll just jump on board and show you what happened here. So KB's battling. So jump on board the wrong car then, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? So KB, B-rated, and I want to say that's Ickle Pants up there, all started battling away through turn 3. On the soft tyre, I am just able to tuck the car down the inside. Let's see if I get a move made on the Citroen. It won't be easy. Don't decide to go for it, not close enough. But I am past the Mercedes of KB. Now I'm going to have to try and make a move on these two cars now. Let's try and make my way through. B-rated, then left a massive gap there and just went a little bit deep. He was on comms with me, so we were able to communicate. So that's why there was no contact, and it was all nice and tidied up. Because in fairness, we just decided that he'd let me go through on the faster tyre. Now I'm going to have to try and get past a very fast BMW. He's losing space now to the top 3 drivers. Fabuki currently holds the fastest lap of the race. Will just be starting to pull away from Deno. Deno and Spadders, they'll as with everyone on the mediums, they'll be doing a lot of management. So they'll be looking after fuel, especially tyres. Not so much of a concern, but if you start to push too much, then you will get more tyre wear than you really need, because you still need to stretch these tyres as far as you can get them. Then we got Pilo in 8th, still sticking with the pack, so is Rick. Fat Pickles Bro as well. Then we got Valtteri now, who's past Total Rose and James Harben. So for the time being, I mean, we've got a long way to go here. We're not even 10 minutes in yet, so a long way to go in this one. There's a BMW Ickle Pants. You can just see the difference in the tyre. Ickle Pants is a very fast guy. I am not that fast, but purely by having a better tyre on my car at this particular minute in time, just able to push that little bit more in the corners, get on the throttle a bit earlier, have a little bit more in terms of lateral grip. Equal Pants obviously again goes deep, leaves a bit of a door open there. A Porsche size hole, which I'm just able to pop myself in and get my move made up to P4, but I have a bit of a penalty. You have to burn your penalties within 2 laps. As Equal Pants goes, I was confused at this. I don't know why you went straight back for the move there, because it makes no sense. But yeah, you've got to burn it within 2 laps. I was sort of hoping I need to burn it through this sector, but I still was carrying a little bit, so I'm going to slow down at the end of this anyway, which will let Equal Pants back through, but it is what it is. Nice little fight going on behind then between B-rated KB and Pilo. So KB who'd been overtaken by the Citroen. B-rated doing a nice job so far. As you can see me there, just burned my penalty away just before I end up getting an even bigger penalty post race. So yeah, that lets Equal Pants back through, but I've still got the slipstream of him, and B-rated's now tucked up behind my rear wing as well. So Citroen may go for a move down into turn 1. Porsche on the soft tyre though, might just be able to tidy this up on the brakes and keep the position. Now B-rated got that move made actually. It was a nice move by B-rated. So now I'm stuck in the middle of this little train, and again I'm just wasting my tyre. I should not have taken, this is my mistake, I shouldn't have taken the soft at the start. If I'd have taken the medium, I wouldn't have been involved in all the fighting I'd have been involved in. I'd have been about, you know, at the same pace as everyone else. To make my strategy work, I had to push, I had to go for the moves. And that is my mistake and my mistake only. So lesson learned for next time, but I don't get much practice time, so it's one thing. I don't really get much opportunity to sit and practice what my strategies are going to be. Top of the tree then. Fabuki starting to pull away. He of course still could pull the 1 stop off. Now don't forget that even if you start on the soft, you can still do a 1 stop. It just makes more sense if you're going to do that to take the slow tyre at the start. It just makes more sense. If I was planning on a 1 stop, that's what I'd have done. Fabuki that might have gone into this with a I'll do a 2 stop mindset. Given the pace he had on the softs, might have just tried to think at this stage, you'd just be sat thinking, if I can convert this to a 1 stop race, then surely that's going to give me an advantage with his power windscreen wipers going off there. Deno and Spadders don't seem to be fighting each other too much. That is helping them pull away from everybody else. They're not battling each other. Equal Pants too far ahead of me to make any sort of move. You got Pilo going for the move on B-rated there, but B-rated had the inside line for the next corner, so able to keep it tidy. KB at the minute just looks like he's exercising some patience. Again, he's medium strategy, so he's just got to, I guess, bide his time really. As we see B-rated and Pilo go toward. Pilo goes for the move down the insides and should get that tied up. KB gives him a little nudge as well. B-rated was glitching occasionally. It wasn't bad, but it was just a little bit. Oh, and side by side there. The BMW trying to get his way past, and these guys can probably see that Equal Pants, myself, and everyone else are starting just to pull a little bit of a gap now. I'm at this stage, like, Equal Pants wasn't really slowing me down like he was in the early stages. He was going a fair bit slower than I was. But he seemed to recover a lot of that pace, and there was only a few corners like this one, for example, where I was genuinely faster than the BMW because I had a better tyre. Once he got into a part of the track where he was a bit more dominant, then you can see he pulls that gap straight back again. So quite content where I am at the minute. Valtteri though, the silent assassin, I've not really covered him too much. Again, another driver that probably has to think, right, to get a result like this I need to switch up my strategy. So maybe he was going for the 2 stop at the start. He also started on the softs like myself. maybe we'll see him switch his strategy up, given the early, what's the word, incident, I would say, that was involving me, him, KB, and another car. Pilo this time gets the move made around the outside of B-rated. Is KB going to invite himself through as well? He's going to certainly try to through turn 3. The Mercedes driver just pops his car in a gap, and there he goes. Valtteri going on a little bit of an adventure around the outside, but on that soft tyre he's really working that car. So he's made some moves in the last 10 minutes or so, and he's making his way now into the top 10. My plan was pit about, I think it was about 10 laps in, something like that. Again, made a mistake with my strategy. So what? Just absolutely hashed it, but there we go. I'm not expecting much from this season. These lads are quick. Like, the lobby I was in last season was fast enough. These guys are a bit of a different level. There's me and Nickel Pants fight again. I get myself through into 4th. Nickel Pants is going to dive himself into the pits. So is he two-stopping then? It's an early start. It's a long way to go on a set of softs if he's going to go the remainder of the distance. That does start a bit of a sense the pit window now really open, so sets off a bit of a chain motion as we see B-rated and Valtteri. So the Porsche Valtteri gets himself up another position, now firmly chasing down the Mercedes of KB and the BMW of Pilo. A couple of seconds up the road myself. Soft tyres will be starting to feel the wear now. Pilo, who's also on the soft tyre, much better tyre management than me. I'm struggling with tyre management this season. Valtteri's done a better job than I have as well. I've really burned mine up. You could blame a degree of that on fighting, but it's not all that. It's probably 20% fighting, 80% the fact that I just can't manage tyres on these new pedals yet. I'm still getting used to it. Braking is my problem. But the good news, I guess, is now I'm not battling away with Nickel Pants anymore. I can start to push on towards these guys. Now these guys are only doing 1 stop as opposed to 2, or at least we think at this stage. Certainly the pace they're managing at would suggest that. Which means me on the faster tyre and the more aggressive strategy should be really pushing up towards them through the next couple of minutes of this race. I don't think we're going to have anyone else dive into the pits just yet, are we? No, not quite. Oh, KB's down in 12th. What's happened to Mr. KB? Oh, he's gone for a visit into the sand. Let's have a look. So he's following Pilo. What happened there? I'm just going to watch his telemetry, because it just seemed to drive into a wall. So there's a steering input there, he's braking, steering input there, steering input sticks. So it's a technical glitch, that one, by the looks of it. Puts KB down in 11th, potentially 12th once James Harbin's caught up with him. Not a great time for KB though, as he's properly going off-road. Nickel Pants then out on a set of softs, so you can see how much time he's lost. Now Nickel Pants was fighting with, we were literally nose to tail, so he is here, the top end of the circuit, just going through the long sweeping corner. So that's Nickel Pants, and I'm going onto the main straight now. with a penalty. So yeah, that's the sheer amount of time that a pit stop costs you. It's a huge amount of time. So again, I just didn't know that coming into this. Didn't think it was that much. So there we go. So that's going to start mixing the order up a little bit. Then obviously we've got KB off. And down in 12th, still ahead of Decals, who's pitted, but KB has yet to pit. So the Mercedes driver with some work to do now. Fabuki leading the way. It's 18 minutes gone. LS Deno P2, Spadders in 3rd, myself 4th, Pilo in 5th, Valtteri in 6th now with B-rated 7th, Fat Pickles Bro in 8th, Rick 33 GTR in 9th, Total Rose in 10th with James Harben in 11th, KB 12th and Decals, the one and only car that's made a pit stop so far in the race, in 13th place. Flurry of pit stops have just happened. We've got Fabuki, who's been into the pits now with medium tyres, half a tank of fuel, so he's obviously aiming to do a relatively short stint on the mediums. Valtteri's pitted as well, mediums and short stint, and we've got Total Rose. He'll be out in just a second. We'll see what Total Rose is doing. He's gone to the softs. So yeah, now on the soft compound tyre, and a fair bit of fuel in that car as well. So I think a lot of these cars then two-stopping, potentially. Well, if they can make that much fuel last half an hour, I need to find out what they're doing. So let's mix the order up then. We've got some more pit stops to come. I'd expect the one-stoppers to be starting to think about their pit stops now, as we see Fat Pickles Bro and Rick go to war. Yeah, the guys doing one-stops, I'd expect to be considering what their times are going to be, how their tyres are holding up right about now. As you can see myself in. Yeah, my soft's seen better days. See, we'll come back to this when more people have stopped and see what happens. Fat Pickles Bro get that move made on Rick. Doesn't make it happen on this occasion, but a good battle kicking off here between the Honda and the Dodge team. Lap 15 then. Quite way into the race now, and it's still Deno and Spadders leading the charge at the top. They are approaching their pit stop time. Deno doesn't pit yet. Spadders got a little bit of a penalty on there. Gets rid of it in the pit lane and comes in to take his stop. So he's going to go onto the soft tyres now. Fat Pickles Bro looks like he might come in this lap as well. Yep, he peels in. Fabuki, how long is he going to stay out on that medium? I think he's two-stopping, so yeah, he stays out for another lap. Decals now is on the soft, starting to ramp in those faster times, as he'll stay on that tyre as long as he possibly can. Then KB, does he come in now? Yes, he does. I'm going to follow him in, because I'm going back onto a set of softs. Valtteri's going to carry on for another lap, so lots of different strategy going on here. Then we've got 20 minutes remaining, so for the likes of Deno and Fabuki, Deno especially, spent a long time on this medium tyre. However, it means he will be able to push a little bit more on his soft tyre when he comes around to it, because he's not going to have to worry about his fuel as much, and he's not going to have to do as many laps on the tyre as well. The tyre starts really feeling the pressure after about 6-7 laps. Depends how much you lean on it, to be fair. The tyre can do 10 laps comfortably, but not at the fastest pace. So we have got a bit of a mix-up in terms of the order currently, with James Harben just getting past myself and KB in the pit stops. KB now on the softs. Myself back on the softs as well. But down in 12th place. So yeah, this, you can see just how much this strategy just doesn't work. So I've made 2 pit stops and I'm pretty much 3/4 of a lap behind the leader, who does now peel into the pits. So LS Deno into the pits eventually. We might see Fabuki come in this lap as well and get another set of softs on. We know he can't go that far on fuel, so yeah, he's going to come in now and get some softs on. Pants, is he just looking to make that tank last? He's got half a tank there, so potentially can do it. Valtteri's going to have to come in the pits now. He's got a thimble full of fuel remaining in that car, so he's going to have to put some more in there. Yeah, it came in with 1 litre remaining. Spadders going to the end now, so him and Deno, in terms of on-track position, there was a little bit of a gap between them. It wasn't massive. Deno resume heads. There he is. There's Deno coming out of the pit stop now. Spadders with the undercut. Pretty much alongside through turn 1. Spadders get the start move just. That's how powerful the undercut is. Very, very fast outlet there for Spadders, who pitted a lap earlier than LS Deno did. So Deno's got all that work to do now to get past the Honda. Pilo now tucked up behind them as well, taking on that one-stop strategy. He take the medium. Did he take the mediums or did he take the softs? Not too sure. Can't remember. Actually, not too sure what happened with those guys. Then you got B-rated and Total Rose. Total Rose is going to need to come into the pits soon, so he'll peel away a couple of laps time at least. And Fat Pickles broke 7th, Rick in 8th, Fabuki 9th, myself in 10th. Just ahead now of James Harben and KB, with Valtteri in 13th place. The Porsche outfit not having a good opening round. Valtteri's because of an incident, and myself because of bad strategy and bad driving. Leading the way though, Ickle Pants. I'm sceptical as to whether he can make it on fuel. I think he's going to have to stop again, you know. Looking at, yeah, he's going to have to come in again. 2 people who don't have to come in again though. Spadders and Deno battling it out for the net race lead. Don't think Ickle Pants can quite save enough fuel. Deno go for the move on Spadders down into T1. He's pulling out with the intent to do that. We all love a good pull out, and Deno gets that move made into net race lead. We'll call it the net race lead. It's the nicest way to put it. Spadders probably won't let that drop though. He'll probably be battling back. The order's still a little bit mixed up. We have still got some pit stops to come. Not many though. Most drivers will have pitted by now. I'm expecting Ickle Pants and Total Rose back in the pits. A nice little battle going on here for 10th. Myself ahead of James Harben and KB. Mercedes trying to fight his way past the Dodge there. Does he go for the move up the insides? No, he actually backs out of it. I think it's better with that move, does KB. He's on the softs now, so he should be starting to really pull the best out of that Mercedes he can. I'm aware that he's not particularly a great fan of the Silver Star, so to speak. Yeah, penalties. You'll see this quite a lot. You were getting track cut penalties for the most minor of minor infringements here at Catalunya. It was quite ridiculous as we do see Ickle Pants into the pits. The rule of burning them off in 2 laps is fair, but it also isn't easy to burn the penalties. So you end up losing a lot more time than you would have, and you were getting penalties for stuff you were losing time for, you know what I mean? Like basically going off circuit, you were losing a lot of time. him slapping you with a penalty with it anyway. Top 3 fights spicing up. Deno, Spadders and Pilo. B rated not too far back. Fat Picklesbro up to 5th then in the Dodge. Good outing for him so far with Rick, who was battling with through most of the first stint in 6th place. Fabuki 7th. Another another 2-stop car. Kind of proves how underpowered the 2-stop strategy is. Icklepants after his final pit stop. He's got his mediums out of the way. So he's now on his softs to the bitter end. P8. Ahead of myself though in P9. I've still been battling away with these guys. Just managed to pull a little bit of a gap to James Harben as KB's trying to get past the Dodge. He's struggling to get past it. KB's got his work cut out with this one. Just go for the move down the insides. It's been in the wars that Mercedes today. It's certainly got a few battle scars on it. On 1 or 2 visits to the sand pit, so I'd say KB's now back in the top 10. And he can't be doesn't like in a race that's not really gone to plan for him. It's a good achievement. It'll be on my tail soon enough as well. Back at the top though, Deno still leading away to Spadders. It's very close though. These guys nip and tuck. Pilo involved in that battle as well, so Pilo will be getting a front row seat to this battle for the lead. Now getting himself involved in it as well. A lot of these guys in the top league do drive with each other quite a lot. Deno, Spadders, Pilo, Icklepants, pretty much all racing in other leagues together, so they know each other very well and how they drive and strengths and weaknesses and all that sort of stuff. So that helps when you're driving against the same people all the time, because you get to know behaviours and how compliant they'll be to moves and stuff like that. So KB then has caught up with myself. He's in a car he doesn't enjoy, he's still El Rapido. Expect him to be putting pressure on me very soon. I do miss that Mercedes. It's the car I drove last season. The Group 4 not as good as the Group 3. The Group 3 one I think is one of the better, if not the best, GT3 car there is on the game, in my opinion. Porsche one isn't bad, but it's certainly not it's not as good as the Mercedes for me. The Group 4 Porsche probably better than the Mercedes Group 4, but in my hands it is a wobbly jelly lump of nonsense. So defending away to KB. So 10 minutes remain. There's still the battle going on at the top. Plenty of opportunity for changes to happen in this race. Now entering the closing stages of the race, with just about 7 minutes remaining. Things largely unchanged from where we left the action before, but we pick it up as Fabuki and Icklepants go for this move on Rick in the Honda. Fabuki able to get that move made before the braking zone even starts. Icklepants is going to have to be a little bit more patient and just wait his turn, I think. But Rick's tyres have seen better days, so I can't remember if he's pitted a little bit earlier or what. I can't remember the exact strategies, to be honest. Everyone was doing something slightly different, so it's quite rare to have people on similar strategies or the exact same sort of strategies, so we can equally measure them. But Icopants does make his way past Rick, as we might as well just stick with this until the finish now. We'll just recap and see where everyone is. The top two, which is Dano and Sparrows. Dano's just set the fastest lap of the race, 51.5, but he has had Spadders literally breathing down his exhaust pipe the entire time. Pilo has been there or thereabouts, but did just drop back the lap just before. Probably just dropped out of the toe a little bit now, so we're now going to see a battle between Spadders and Dano for the lead. It's pretty much going to be between those guys, I think, unless one of them bins it. Then you've got B-rated, holding 4th at the minute. Has done a very good job in that Citroen. Managed his pace quite nicely. You've got Fat Pickles Bro, 5 for him in the Dodge Viper. Fabuki then just got past Rick. Icopants following him through at the minute in the BMW. Rick holding 8th. He's got a bit of a gap ahead of KB. KB who just overtook me a lap or so ago. But yeah, I'm not in this at all. I've picked up yet another penalty for losing time, which I don't. Not happy, as you can probably tell. Valtteri, on the other hand, has sort of proverbially stuck his hands down in trousers and says, "Look, what I've got," and he's just started doing a lot better. You know, his pace has been a lot better than mine. As I'm dipping into the 53s, he's comfortably in the 52s. So Valtteri doing a much better job and is catching me. James Harbin just ahead of Total Rose. These two in the chat were having a battle of not last. Spadders is ahead of Deno. When did that happen? Oh, it happened on the straight. So in our recap, we missed the overtake for the lead. So we'll go back and have a look at that. Deno's got a penalty. Obviously, he didn't gain half a second there, but is he pulling offline to defend the corner, or is he's burning the penalty? So yeah, that just lets Spadders go through basically. Which is fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. He didn't have to do that, but I think he felt it was the only way he was probably going to get that penalty burnt away. Does that bring P Low back into the fray? Potentially, yeah. Fat Pickles, is he getting caught by the guys behind? He is as well. He is getting caught by Fabuki and Icopants. So can Mr. Pickles just hold on for the next couple of laps in order to not get caught by the McLaren and the BMW? The saving grace for Fat Pickles is that the McLaren and the BMW are fighting, with the BMW becoming successful in that one and getting himself through on the exit of turn 4. The BMW has got slightly fresher tyres and more fuel, so he's probably not having to manage as much at this stage of the race. Icopants will now go on the offensive against Fat Pickles Bro, and judging by the pace that BMW is able to generate in clear air, he should be a relative slam dunk for when he gets there, because the BMW is just on fresher tyres and stuff all around really. What else is going on? There's a KB escaping from myself. Nothing else is really doing. We might watch Deno go back for a move on Spadders. He might not quite be close enough at this part of the track. We're seeing if that move for P5 happens as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Fat Pickles Bro is going to be giving Icopants a tow down the straight. 53.9 that time around for Pickles, 51.4 for Icopants. He's just set the fastest lap of the race, so this move seems somewhat of an inevitability. Pickles actually doesn't put up too much of a fight against that one, and he's instead going to try and use Pickles to defend against Fabuki, potentially. Try and keep 6th rather than fighting it out for 5th. So, a few stories to tidy up then in the closing stages. We'll Will Spadders stay there? Since he got past Dano. Will Ickle Pants be able to keep that position? I think he should be able to. Will Pickles be able to keep his? Oh, we just saw KB having a moment. As for myself, I've got this penalty to get rid of, and I think I've got to serve it pretty soon, so I'm going to go even slower in a moment. I think I've got until mid-next lap or something to serve it. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was getting to the stage where I'd get a penalty nearly burned off and I'd just pick up another one from somewhere else. And James Harbour and Total Rose getting quite close and comfortable together. So Total Rose is actually lapping quicker than James is at the minute, so see if the Citroen can haul itself off the bottom. As we re-watch yet another little fight here at the top of the tree. Spadders v Dano. Who's got the best brakes? You've got the wrong logo on that car, my friend Dano. Not that I really give a crap, but there we go. literally no car. Spadders able to keep the lead then. Nice. Fabuki is past Fat Pickles, bro, so I don't know if we saw where that happened. Did we? Let's have a look. Let's give Fabuki some credit. Let's see what he did. He just got a better exit out. Yeah, it's better exit. I just drove up the inside of the Dodge, to be fair. So yeah, that's Fabuki up to P6. We've still got a little bit of that penalty here, and James and Total Rose as we commented. We can fast forward this now because we've already covered this bit. So a minute and a half. So this is now the last lap. Lap 26, and you can see just how much extra fuel these guys at the front have taken. LS Dano's got 30% left, 30 kilos. Spadders about 20 kilos at this stage, so they've got plenty of extra fuel for one lap. I use about 6-7 kilos per lap there or thereabouts. Depends how much you're managing. Maybe a little bit less, to be fair. So the battle for the top 3 spots is far from over, and I've got a feeling LS Dano's going to have to go for this down at the hairpin down here. A little bit wide there on the sweeping right-hander. I won't quite have got enough over Spadders at this particular point. Both seem relatively tidy on the brakes, no issues with that. Spadders looks like he might have just done enough at this stage then, so we've got 30 seconds left. Will they get round to set another lap? You know what, they might. They might do another one. They might do a 27th. I think they will. I think these guys will make it. The top 3 will. Let's have a look. So 50 minutes on the bottom left is what you're looking for. Yeah, the top 2 are going to make it. So will Pilo. The first car to finish is going to be Mr. B rated. So he claims P4. Pants is going to grab 5th. Just wasn't able to catch the Citroen in the end. Fabuki is going to grab 6th. Fat Pickles both 7th. Rick is going to take home 8th position. With KB close behind. KB's got a penalty that he'll just get rid of there. Valtteri got past me. You'll just see I just had a... Yeah, not exactly... I just pull over to serve a penalty that I got. Like just basically say to Valtteri, just you might as well take it, mate. You might as well have it. It's going to be James v Total Rose for the not last challenge. It's nip and tuck between these guys at the minute. James tidy on the brakes. Total Rose might try and get the cut back. Just a tiny bit of contact there. Yeah, there's a yellow flag out, and that's for me because I was off the circuit. Having an adventure. Total Rose is looking all over the shop here for a for an in. Oh, that was a ballsy move there by Total Rose. Just didn't manage to get it done. You can see it. I just drifted it. Just chose to drift it around the line, look. As for these guys, side by side across the line. Does Total Rose just get it in the end? Does he get it? Does he get it? He's side by side. Oh, it's got to be close, that. Between those two, literally milliseconds in it, I bet. Yeah, half a tenth in it between those guys. So top three, we know who our podium finishers are. We've just not yet got full confirmation on the exact order they'll finish. For Deno, had he not put that extra little bit of fuel in his car, given the gap that he's currently got to Spadders, you would argue that in terms of time, that extra little bit of fuel that he added into the car cost him that time. Not only in refueling the car, but also in added weight during that stint. But it's going to be Spadders to take home the win. Deno in P2 and Pilo in third.